Joining us now for an exclusive interview is Galaxy Digital CEO Mike Novogratz. Mike, very good afternoon to you. Good to see you.
How are you guys doing?
Yeah, we're pretty well, thank you. We're pretty well, and it's good to see you. My question, not so much about what the implications of tapering are towards crypto, but a broader question stepping back. To what extent has the super loose policy from central banks around the world over recent years allowed crypto to grow to be as big as it has been?
Yeah, listen, I think it's a wildly important part of the story. People look at, budget deficits. They look at the behavior of central banks and Ministry of Finances or the Treasury departments and say, we're running up deficits we can't pay back. And this is kind of past the point of no return. And so how do I hedge myself against either a slow or fast debasement of fiat currency? Bitcoin was tailor-made for this. And so that gave it a tailwind. And now we've kind of hit escape velocity, where the adoption cycle is so strong, more and more people coming into the space every week, that crypto is going up where other risk assets or other inflation hedges might not be. If you look at gold versus crypto, there's been a huge dislocation.
So do you fear tapering and rates going up as something that would derail crypto, or not really anymore?
Listen, I think if we really see the Fed move on rates, the economy is that strong that they feel confident to move rates and taper in a big way, it won't be good for crypto. I don't think it collapses crypto because of this adoption cycle. People are buying into Ethereum and Solana and Luna for other reasons than just the debasement of fiat currency. It probably hurts Bitcoin worse than the rest of crypto. But I still think we're so early in this movement, in this ecosystem, that crypto can do okay.
It does, on a related note, Mike, raise the question as to why the dollar hasn't strengthened more. I know you traded currencies for a long time. Dollar's down over the last 12 months by 0.5%. If the U.S. is truly, and it is, the strongest growth area right now, we were the first to get high vaccinations. Looks like we're the first to taper and potentially talk about higher rates and inflation. All of that should mean the dollar's going up against others, shouldn't it? We have this giant deficit that we're going to have to fund. Right? We've been the reserve currency of the world, and that status is being eaten away at. You look at what happened in Afghanistan today and just the Twitter conversation around it, what the rest of the world thinks about American leadership isn't great. And so you have places like China that specifically wants to hold less U.S. treasuries, Russia that's holding no U.S. treasuries, right? And so this idea of dollar dominance is going to be under attack for a long time. On the margin, us tapering, us raising rates will certainly help the dollar. But within the big geopolitical context, I'm not sure there's, that's not going to be outweighed.
Mike, I know you're a big believer across the crypto spectrum. I was just wondering if you kind of bought into the sentiment that I feel is quite widely out there in recent weeks and months, that Bitcoin has slightly, in a relative sense, lost its attraction relative to some other cryptos, like Ethereum in particular. Are you in that mindset as well?
I think they serve different purposes. Bitcoin's lane is really just store of value. It's digital gold. And the people we see buying it are buying it as a hedge versus the debasement of fiat currency. Ethereum and Solana and Luna and all the other level 1 solutions, people are really investing as a venture bet on what the future of finance can be. I mean, Ethereum could be the currency of culture, right? NFTs could mostly be built on the Ethereum content platform. And so that excitement of DeFi plus NFTs being built on Ethereum is what's driving money to that space. So real different reasons. I think they're cousins. They'll coexist. There'll be correlation because they're crypto, but they don't serve the same purpose.